You saw her. She lit up the screen. She still lights up the screen. She's still beauty. And she's just absolute classic. And I'm not saying that because I'm in Italy. I say it everywhere. I don't know. Your ideal woman is, it's a tough thing to describe because you only know it when you see it, really. You can't just sort of go looking for it. You just sort of know it when you see it.
And talking back to Good Night and Good Luck. Good Night and Good Luck was the line that Mr. Murrow said at the end of his show.
When he finished the show, he would always say, Good Night and Good Luck. That's how he finished the show. And it always seemed very clear that was... What it came from was when he was a reporter during the Britain bombings and during World War II, everyone in England would say good night and good luck because their houses were getting bombed and you might not wake up the next morning. So they would all say good night and good luck. So it was always sort of like, I hope you get through tonight. And I think he's you'll see when you see the film. I'll show you the trailer afterwards if you want to see it. It's David Strathairn, who's the actor, gives such a beautiful, powerful performance. And what he says is so sort of stunning that finishing it by saying good night and good luck is about the only way you could finish it.
Sure. And my final question, who are the journalists you personally have admired most? The historical figure of American journalists, of journalists in general, that you consider heroes?
Well, there are many, and I still consider many heroes. They like to knock journalism right now because there's a lot of bad journalism going on, but that's because there's a lot of outlets. There's also, some 30 journalists got killed last year in Iraq trying to cover stories. There's still really good news being made. Obviously, the big ones for America were Murrow, Walter Cronkite, Woodward and Bernstein, obviously. I'm a liberal. I sort of enjoyed Nixon getting taken down. There's interesting writers now. There's a beautiful writer named Frank Rich for the New York Times. It's really he just has such a great sense of right and wrong. Thomas Friedman at times. There's some really good writers. Maureen Dowd kills me. I think she's great. And television-wise, we're in a bit of a tumble in America because we lost all three of our major anchors this year. So there's some great old ones, some of the guys I grew up with, but not so many.
How do you see the Valerie Plame story?
Well, that's the interesting one all along because we have a woman right now, Judith Miller, in jail because she won't divulge the source that everyone already knows who the source is, which was Karl Rove. He's basically admitted to doing it, giving this information to 3 reporters. She's in jail for a story she did not write, but simply didn't give over her notes. And that's a very dangerous sign. More dangerous was the fact that Time magazine caved and gave the source. The one thing that you as a journalist and all journalists in America at least have the right to do is to protect their sources, because if you don't, those sources will not give you stories, as you well know. And if you aren't allowed to protect those sources, then what you've done is you've actually created censorship. And so it's a very sketchy time in our country right now. A couple of newspapers didn't run investigative stories because they were afraid they'd have to call out their sources and didn't want to face those. So now we don't get those investigative stories. It's a very sketchy time right now. We'll get through it. We always do. But it's going to require scenes like the Valerie Plame scene to happen,
And at the end, can we ask a good night and good luck from George Clooney voice?
Ciao. Good night and good luck. Is it a nighttime show?
Yes.
Buonanotte.
No, buonasera.
Oh, it is an evening show. Oh, yeah, it's a buonasera. Buonasera.
E buona fortuna.
Buona fortuna. It's buonasera e buona fortuna.